Good afternoon, this is Media Center, Ukraine, Odessa. Sorry for the delay, but that was due to the power issues in Kiev. And our first guest is from Kiev now. This is Mykyta Kozyrenko, head of the Ukrainian Representative Office of the International Human Rights Agency with support. He and his colleagues have recently documented the war crimes of the Russian military in Kherson and Kherson oblast, and today he will tell us about their findings and what are the legal consequences, possible consequences for the aggressor country. Good afternoon, Mykyta. Good afternoon, Mikhailo. Can you tell about the results of your work, what you have found? Yes, of course. Thank you for inviting me today. I would like to tell you that from the 24th to the 27th of November, our special monitoring mission visited the territory of Kherson Oblast, in particular Kherson, and we also visited two more settlements, Благодатна, Киселівка, Надеждівка, Зорівка, Знamenka, Muzukivka, Chernobаевka, which is now known all over the world, Mirolюбівка, Правдане, so 9 settlements in total, and there we documented a lot of cases related to the war crimes. And even our experienced officers were horrified with the war crimes. And that's why all special monitoring missions now include professional psychologists that can provide mental support not only to those people who were the victims of these war crimes, but also those who are the members of the mission. And actually, it is very hard to learn about these cases. What was the most memorable for us in the settlement of Благодатна? In the beginning of February this year, two boys, 18 and 19-year-old, were just going through the village. Then they suddenly saw the military equipment with the insignia of the armed forces of the Russian Federation. But they went on, they didn't touch anyone, but suddenly the Russian military started shooting. But these boys managed to escape. One of them got wounds in his legs, and another one was wounded in his back. Thanks God, the boys survived. But this case is very indicative. The boys have recovered. But after that, the boys became very angry, and after the recovery, while their village was occupied, when they saw the first tanks, they took the Molotov cocktails and destroyed those tanks. And every time we record such cases, and we remember them, for example, in the village of Pravdano, there were a lot of group murderers, there were torture, there were rapes, and we have even found the grave of 5 servicemen of Ukraine, including one young woman who dated Ukrainian servicemen. Collaborators provided information about them, and all of them were killed. We have internet connection now. Mykyta is in Kiev now, and there are issues with the connection there because of the Russian missile attacks. Hopefully, Mykyta will be with us soon. And Mykyta, if you can hear us, please follow again the link that we shared with you before the briefing. I would like to remind that this is the briefing of the head of the Ukrainian representative office of the International Human Rights Agency with support his colleagues, and he documented the war crimes in the Kherson oblast and in the city of Kherson. They communicated with the people there. They collected evidence from witnesses and victims. Mykyta was with us before that mission to the Kherson Oblast, and he informed us back then that all the information would be provided to the General Prosecutor's Office of Ukraine, and this information, this evidence, will be used in international tribunals to prove that the Russian military was guilty, and also to prove the guilt of those people who assisted the Russian military in committing war crimes on the occupied territories. Mykyta, you can go on. Mikhail, can you hear me now? But there is a short delay. No, we can't hear him. Well then, so we will then finish our briefing today. We hope that we will be able to connect Mykyta soon for him to tell us about the result of the mission of their agency on the territory of the formerly occupied Kherson Oblast. Sorry for these inconveniences, but this is due to the fact that there are power cuts in Kyiv caused by the missile attacks by the Russian military. The situation in Odessa is a bit better now. The next briefing will be in 35 minutes. Our guests are already here waiting. At noon, we will have the former mayor of Vilnius and the representatives of Tsunami Special Battalion who will get assistance from Lithuania. So stay with us.